Hey YouTube, how's it going? I had a request from a subscriber to tear down and clean the Springfield Armory XD Mod.2. And just with like all of my videos, this is kind of a how-to of how I do it, not exactly the correct way or the complete way or anything like that, but this is just how I do it. And every time that I do, it tends to function properly without any feeding issues or ejection issues, and it makes for a good time at the range. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started with it and kind of get into it and show you how to tear down and get it ready for cleaning. So always the first thing you want to do is check to make sure that the gun is clear. So we'll go ahead and do that by removing the magazine and then making sure that there's nothing inside the chamber, just like so. And now the first thing that you're going to want to do is rack the slide back, lock it into place, and then here you've got your takedown pin. What you're going to want to do with that is just rotate it up like so. Let the slide go forward, holding on to it, and then pull the trigger, and the slide will slide right off just like that. Now I'm going to set the grip off to the side because it's not necessarily needed at this point in time. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that over there. So now that you have your slide on its own, we can take it down by just removing the spring right here. It's kind of got a little locking, it locks into place right there on that barrel. You're just going to pull it up and just release it from its spot, pull it right out, and set that off to the side for a second. And now the barrel will just pop right up. I just push up here and then grab down here, slide it right out just like that. And that's as far as I really go when it comes to field stripping and the cleaning process. You really don't need to go much farther than that to make it so it'll function properly and get a good cleaning. And that's another reason why I also went with the stainless, is that it made the cleaning process a lot easier. You were able to identify if there was any gunk in there from the discoloration. With the blued slides, it's kind of difficult because, you know, the black matches the black, so you don't truly know if it's clean or not. But with this stainless steel, you're able to tell a lot easier. So the first thing that you're going to do is get out your kit, and this is the kit that I use. It's a Winchester kit that I just picked up from Walmart. Comes with all the necessary things. So we've got the cleaning brush, we've actually got a pick here, which I use for my AR. Other than that, I really don't use it. And then you've got all the different types of brushes to clean. Then you've got these to kind of, I use these to distribute the oil inside the barrel and stuff like that. And then you've got these different loops here for the cleaning rags. Then you've got the handle, and then you've got more rods here to extend it for rifles to make it longer. But none of that right there will be necessary for this portion. But what I want to do is I want to find the 9mm or the 357. They both work just fine for each other. Get that, I'll get out my little brush here, and then I'll get out my cleaning rod that will allow for the 30s, because it'll be the same thing. And then sometimes to make it easier, I'll attach it to one of these rods here. So we'll pull out one of those. Grab a couple of these cleaning cloths and set the rest of it off to the side. So now we can bring back the barrel, the slide, and the spring. The thing I like to start out with first is kind of soaking the barrel, the slide, and everything in some of the cleaning product. And the cleaning product that I use is CLP by Break Free. It's a really good cleaner, lubricant, and preservative. It breaks down all that built up stuff on there very well. And so I'll just kind of squirt some of that in there into the barrel, get it coated, make sure the slide has it on there, get it from the other end, and I'll just let that soak for a minute. The spring doesn't get too much of a buildup, but I'll give it a good little squirt on there. Then I'll also squirt just a little bit here in the slides. Again, not too much, not much is really needed for it. But I mean, you'll be able to justify how much you need by how dirty it is. If you haven't cleaned it in a long time, but you use it a lot, or if you're just cleaning it for storage or for holstering and carrying on a daily basis. So that'll kind of take care of that. And once that started soaking, I'll grab my little bristle brush here and I'll attach it to the rod. And I'll take the barrel and I'll run it down from the end going inwards to the ramp. And I'll just do that a couple of times, making sure that it rotates inside, getting a good deep clean. I don't do it too many times just because I'm too afraid of scratching the barrel too much, wearing it down, even though these are just a little brass, very soft bristles. I just prefer, it makes me feel better mentally to know that it's, you know, not doing any damage on the inside. Then if you wanted to, you could take your little brush here, clean the ramp, the feed ramp there. Make sure that's nice and shiny and smooth. You don't want any buildup in there or else you'll have feeding issues, feeding problems. But this one actually looks pretty good. And I'll kind of just wipe it down, make it nice and shiny. And then with the barrel too, I'll kind of finish it off by taking the loop and attaching that to the rod here. And then I'll feed the cloth, kind of just fold it in, feed it through the loop, like so. Then I'll just shove it down the barrel there. Kind of dry up all that gunk and garbage that was built up and had been broke loose from that bristle brush. As you can kind of see there, a little dirty. But it's good to see it because you know that it's no longer in there. So if you can see a bunch on the cloth, that's really nice to see, is that it's now truly clean. I just like to look inside the barrel, make sure that everything's clean, that you can see all the little spirals in there. And then I'll set that off to the side for now. And then with this, with the slide, I'll take the bristle brush and I'll get down here in these grooves where the slide is constantly riding on that plastic, on the polymer, and just make sure that's clean and free of any obstructions from it moving smoothly. And this one's looking pretty good. I haven't used it too much lately. And then again, I'll take either the cloth and I'll wipe it down, or I'll just use my microfiber rag and give it a good scrubbing. And then again, with the stainless steel, you can see if it's built up in any other locations, like somewhere here in like the firing pin location, if there's a lot of buildup there, you'll be able to wipe it down, clean it off. But this one again is looking pretty good, pretty clean. And I'll set that off to the side right there. And now that the barrel, or the slide and the barrel have been done, we can go ahead and check out our spring assembly. With this one, there's really not much you can do because you can't really tear it down into little farther pieces. This is about as far as it goes. So you can take this brush, give it a good scrub down, make sure again there's no buildup in there. But I've never really seen much buildup on these, to be honest with you, throughout the years that I've used it. But I'll just give it a good scrub, rub it down with my microfiber here, make sure everything's clean. And as you can see, there is a little bit of dirt on there coming off on this rag. But again, not much. Make sure that's all dried, clean. And the cool thing about the CLP brand is that it also does leave a little film of lubricant on there too. But that's not what I use for my pistols. I leave it that way for my AR-15 because it doesn't require much lubricant. But with my pistols, I actually like to use the Lucas gun oil, which I just picked up from my local auto parts store, oddly enough. It's great oil for guns, and I've actually found that it's a great oil for shavers too. So all you guys out there who like to shave and everything like that with the electric shavers, this is a really good oil for that as well. So from there on, we can actually start the assembly back together. Starting with the barrel, I like to put just a little bit of lube on the barrel. Again, not much, just a little dab there, little dot. And I'll just rub it around the barrel, kind of help prevent from rusting, any mishaps of getting snagged on the slide or anything like that. And then I'll stick just a little bit on the slide ramp, or the feed ramp right here as well. Make sure that the bullets will be able to transition nicely from the magazine or the clip to into the end of the barrel. So now that's done, we'll put that back into the slide here. Just reverse process of what we did earlier. Put the barrel end in first, slide it through, let it rest, and then I just push it back till it drops back into place like so. And then from there, we can take this spring. The spring, let's see if I can zoom in a little farther here for you. There we go. So the spring here, you'll notice that one side's kind of got a bigger head on it than the other, and it kind of tapers and narrows down here versus this bigger, bulkier end. The bigger end will be facing the front of the pistol like that, and then this bigger head is what's going to attach to the barrel. And it doesn't take much pressure, but just a little bit of squeeze, and then push it down into the place so it locks onto the barrel like that, and that's it. That's really all that there is for that. For the lubrication portion, before I attach it back in to the grip, what I like to do is just add a little dab of oil in there to the slide right here in this little notch deep down in here, and then that's where it makes contact with the polymer of the pistol back here and up here. That way it makes it for a lot easier sliding and a lot better time at the range, because if you're not jamming, then your time at the range is going to be a lot better. So I'll just take some of the Lucas gun oil and I'll just put a little drop down in there on the slide. Again, not much, because if you put too much, it's going to collect dust or some of the carbon buildup from the rounds. And then I'll flip it over and I'll do the other side as well. Again, just a little dab, and then I'll kind of tip it up on its end, let it run down for a second. That way you evenly distribute it throughout the entire slide, and then I'll flip it over and kind of just go the other direction. And then once that's done, I'll put it right back together on the slide, sticking the slide right there on the polymer and the grip, and making sure that the channels meet up here, just sliding it forward, and then until you get to this point. And then here you're going to want to rack the pistol all the way back and then locking it into place like so. And after that, just this takedown pin, you're going to want to rotate it back down to its resting position like so, and then test the pistol and make sure that everything's okay, that everything's locked in place, that the slide won't come off. So you just put the release button there, lock it in place, and then I'll just kind of rack it back and forth, making sure that everything is coated in that slide, that groove in there with oil. So I just kind of rack it back and forth a few times, and that's really as far as I need to go with field stripping and cleaning. It's a simple process, like I was saying, and it makes it a lot better time at the range if everything will function properly and not leave you stressed out at the range, jamming and feeding, stuff like that. Again, thanks for watching my videos, and if you have any more requests or anything like that, go ahead and let me know, and I'll do what I can to accommodate and put out a video of that. And as always, please like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I will be doing more gun reviews and scope reviews as well with my AR-15 and other products that are associated with stuff like that. Again, thanks for watching, and I appreciate everything that you guys do for me, all the help that YouTube has done for me. And again, I'm just trying to give back to people out there that are looking for just a little bit of benefits of how to, and to make their lives a little simpler. Again, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.